Edmonton for the YEG fitness community that might not know me, because you've never tuned into a Metta class, and now we're on Insta stories, so we reach a broader audience. Welcome, my name's Anna, my hot yoga models. So we're going to be leading a flow class today. Take it at your own pace. Vanessa will be showing some modifications. You don't really need anything special for this class, which is awesome about yoga. You can grab a piece of floor. If you don't have a strap, you can grab a belt, a scarf, a towel, and other than that, just gonna wait a little bit, sign in, but I think we're gonna start giving her because it's 60 minutes only to flow and move. So enjoy and take it at your own pace. Modify as you need. We're gonna start on our backs. All right. So draw your right knee in towards your chest. Interlock your fingers around your right shin. Wind relieving pose. And feel free to close your eyes. Just kind of sink into breath first and foremost. I'm just going to check is the volume good. We have a little bit of music here, so if you have any feedback on if it's a little loud, same with YEG Fitness. Seems good. And just a few more breaths, move with breath. So every inhale, move your knee away. Draw in as you exhale, a little bit more over to the right. So already moving with breath. One more breath. And then interlock your fingers around your right hamstring. Extend your right leg high up towards the ceiling. And create a connection that's really strong between your hamstring and your hands. So really press your leg into your hands and your hands into your leg. And then fully extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. And keep the left leg strong. It's like you press the heel down, but also towards, away from your head. So get really long. And keep that engagement. Keep the legs in this L shape. Interlock your fingers at the base of your skull or fingertips to your temples. And wake up the center of the body right now. Going to create some fire. So on the breath in, lift your chest up a bit. And as you exhale, lift up a little bit higher. Elbows out. Inhale, come down a little bit. Come up as you exhale. Inhale to lower a touch. Exhale to lift. Okay, inhale, lower a little bit. We're going to add a twist over to the right as you exhale. Inhale, come back right as you exhale. And then come back to center. Hug both legs in towards your chest. If it feels good, round into a little ball. And we got the other side. So interlock the fingers, go opposite grip around the left shin, and then extend your right leg straight out. Good. Take it out to the side, kind of figure out where you have some space in the body. Feel free once again to close the eyes. Tune into breath. Draw inhale in through the nose. Keep it out through the nose as you exhale. And just a few more breaths if you'd like to add a little more movement. Draw your left leg out to the side a touch. Get into the hips a bit. Let go of the low back. And the right leg stays really strong. Elbows close. One more breath. And then switch the grip to the hamstring, extend your left leg up, flex your foot towards your face. And then as you keep the left heel high up towards the ceiling, really press your leg into your hands and hands back into your legs. So you create the connection that's strong to just get a little bit more freedom to the back of the left leg. Good. Keep the right leg really strong, flex the foot. All right, now the other side of core work. So bring the fingertips to temples, elbows out, or fingertips right behind the head, a little bit of support. And take a breath in, lift a touch, and then come up even higher on the exhale. Inhale to lower, hover. Come up on the exhale, really lead with your chest up. Inhale to lower, come up, breath out. Good, inhale, lower a little bit. We're gonna add the twist, twist left as you exhale. Come back to center, stay high, and then twist left, breathe out. Last one here, inhale. Go to the left as you exhale. Then come back to center, lower the upper body, hug your knees into your chest. Once again, little ball, if that feels good. All right, and then roll to either side, make your way tabletop position. So get the shoulders right on top of the wrists and bring your knees just a little further back then. All right, we're gonna do some cat-cow. So on the inhale, go cow pose, back bend. Lift your chest. You can look up if it's all right. Exhale to cat, really round the spine. Press the hands strong. Inhale to cow, even just move forward a little bit on the cow. And then exhale to cat, even press the hands and move the body back a bit in your cat. Couple more times like that. Inhale to back bend. Just open the front lines of the body. Exhale to round. Just get really long through the back lines of the body. One last time. Inhale. Just let your head and your pelvis move at the same rate. Exhale, round. Draw the belly in. All right, come to a neutral spine. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Get the hips high up towards the ceiling. Just let your head go. Your head go, jaw relax. Let the eyes go to one spot. So they can go right in between the feet. Get solid with the hands. More so the index finger knuckle really grounds into the mat. One more breath, full inhale in through the nose. Same length of exhale out through the nose. Modified flow, inhale, come forward, high push-up. Get the shoulders on top of the wrists, heels high on top of the toes, but really press the hands down so upper back comes up just a touch. Look forward a bit on the inhale, but exhale, lower the knees, point your toes back, lower your chest and upper body all the way down. Okay, we're gonna pulse through some cobras here. Inhale to cobra, lift your chest. Hands are still strong. Lower your chest all the way down. Another cobra here. Inhale, really strong feet. Press the top of the feet down. Lower down, breathe out. Another one here. Inhale, strong back body to lift. Lower down. Press back into an active child's pose. So bring your hips to your heels. Hands are strong, arms are straight. Inhale, come up into tabletop, right into a cow pose, just like again, back bend, look up. Exhale to round, draw the sides of the waist up. And one more time, inhale. Cat pose, exhale, really tuck the chin. And come to a neutral spine on the inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale, hips high. Okay, let the head go, eyes steady. All right, inhale, lift your heels up. Bend the legs, look forward, step to the top of the mat, and you can take as many steps as you need to get there. Lengthen the spine, really pull your chest forward, forward fold, a little bit of a tuck of the chin, strong legs, ground down, come all the way to stand. Reach your arms up, look up. And Samastiti, arms alongside your body. Take one breath in through the nose. Through the nose, exhale. Just enjoy this grounding. Move with breath, and then we're going to move into some stillness. So ground the feet, inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Fold forward, exhale, over strong legs, fully empty, and lengthen the spine, inhale. Step back to high, push up right into plank. And look forward, breathe in. Another modified, lower the knees, lower your chest, and hug the elbows close. It's only one cobra here, inhale. Down dog, exhale, press through the knees. Hips high. And if you need to take a shorter down dog, just to feel more grounded through the hands, the feet get really rooted. And notice how the breath is also moving through the body. Just one more here, inhale. Draw the low ribs in as you exhale. There's still that fluid motion. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend through the legs, look forward, step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, even the weight comes forward a bit. Fold, empty out. Ground the feet, come to stand, reach high, look up. Samastiti here, arms go alongside your body. Okay, Utkatasana, hips low, reach the arms up high. Forward fold on the exhale, hinge. Lengthen, pull forward the chest. Step back into high push-up. And move forward a bit on the toes, breathe in. Lower full chaturanga, just to elbow height, or modify if you wish to modify. Upward facing or cobra. Downward facing dog or through the knees, get back. Right, keep the hips level, lift your right leg high, inhale. Bring your knee to your nose and really round the spine. So bring cat spine and reach the right leg high, breathe in. Right knee to the right upper arm. Nice. Reach the right leg high, breathe in. Strong hands, knee to nose, and go ahead, step forward to the right thumb. High lunge, crescent lunge, reach all the way up on the inhale. Good. Open, warrior two, exhale, walk your left foot back. Okay, reverse warrior, left hand down, reach the right arm up and back. And then bring your hands to the mat. Lift your left heel. We're just gonna move through a kriya here. So on the inhale, you lunge like this. Exhale, lower the left knee and sit the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Just work your way to the back of the right leg. And then once again, inhale to lunge, bend the right leg, lift the left hamstring high, and then tap the left knee down, sit the hips back, Ardha. Good, lunge, just one last time. Lunge on the inhale, tap the left knee, sit the hips back, Ardha. Okay, lunge, bend the right leg. Good, lift the left knee, step back to high, push up, and lead with your chest. Chaturanga or lower the knees, lower your chest. All right, cobra or up dog, really straighten the arms in up dog. Down dog, keep the arms straight, press back. Lift the left leg high, inhale. Bring your knee to your nose and draw the belly in. Nice, reach the left leg high, inhale. Left knee to the left upper arm, hands stay strong and reach the left leg high. Knee to nose, go ahead, step forward, crescent lunge. Keep the right heel high as you rise up. Open warrior two, just smooth movement and breath. Reverse it, left arm, reach it back. And then bring your hands to the mat, lift the right heel. We got a lunge, just stay for the inhale. Tap the right knee down, sit the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. And once again to lunge, lift the right hamstring high. Tap the right knee and then sit the hips back. Even flex the left foot to get a little more. And then lunge once again, inhale, shoulders back. Tap the right knee, last Ardha Hanumanasana, work the back of the left leg. Okay, lunge, breathe in, step back to high. If you want a three-legged flow, Chung will show you can lift the left leg and lower, otherwise lower the knees. Good, modified or full up dog, downward facing or through the knees. Little rest here, let the head go. Good, eyes stay steady, maybe a little heavier through the heels. More active through the toes to lift up towards the shins. So wake up the front of the legs. So you can access the back body in this down dog. One more breath. All right, inhale, lift the heels. Bend through the legs. Walk step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. Pull the hips back. Fold, exhale, tuck the chin. Come to stand, inhale. And grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Take a breath in to really pull your left arm up and tip over to the right as you exhale. And stay to the right, but inhale, come all the way to center, reach high, and go to the right as you exhale. Really pull your left arm over. Come back up to center, inhale, switch the grip, grab your right wrist with your left hand, and then take it over to the left. Strong feet, one more time, inhale back to center, and go to the left, breathe out. And come back up, inhale. Utkatasana, sit the hips low and really elevate the chest up high. Good, weight heavy into the heels. Yeah. A little lighter to the toes. Take a full breath in, palms touch overhead. Twist to the right as you exhale. So left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Or if you'd like, you can bring your left forearm across your thigh bones. Vanessa can show that. Left forearm on your thigh bones and right hand on the low back. So you elevate your chest a little bit higher, good, just to get a little more rotation. There's also a little essence of a back bend in the twist, just one more breath. All right, keep your hips low, back to Utkatasana, reach the arms up, other side, twist left, exhale. And you use the elbow on the thigh to elevate the chest. Just maneuver the right hip back a bit. Weight back into the heels as the chest lifts a bit higher. But use core strength to really get into rotation. And then keep the hips low, back to Utkatasana, reach high. You can even look up. Forward fold, straighten the legs, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Step to high and lower, Chaturanga or lower the knees. Cobra or up dog, really spread your toes. Down dog or through the knees, get back. All right, reach the right leg high, inhale, level hips. Bring your knee to your nose, step to the right thumb, and keep the left heel high. Crescent lunge, reach all the way up on the full inhale. Open warrior two, exhale, walk your left foot back. And the left toes can angle towards the front of the mat a bit. Okay, reverse warrior, left hand down, reach the right arm back. And come back up into warrior two. Foot in a bit, shorten the stance. Reach your whole upper body forward, right hand down, extend your left arm up. So here you can definitely use a water bottle or a block underneath your right hand, chin into your hand. And fully extend the left arm high. And just to safely get into the inner thigh, the hamstring, really connect the mound of the right big toe into the mat. Stay strong through the base. Just after some fluid movement, it's always nice to move once again into that stillness so you get a little bit more depth. Extend the left arm high. You can look up. One more breath. All right, left hand to your hip, Ardha Chandrasana. Bend your right leg, set your right hand in front of your right foot or even off to the right a bit and float the left leg high. We got a balancing pose here. Really strong through the right foot and the right hand. And extend the left arm high. And with the left leg, lift, keep it really strong. Press your heel to the back of the room. If you like Chapasana, bind, bend the left leg, grab a hold of your left foot with your left hand. And make that connection really strong. Kick your foot into your hand, hand into your foot. Breath is smooth for one more, just one more. Okay, if you're in the bind, extend back into a strong Ardha Chandrasana. Supported warrior three, left hand down. Bring a little bit of a bend to the right leg, just to maneuver the right hip back. And it's supported warrior three because you have support with your fingertips on the floor. So enjoy that. Okay, really lengthen the spine, inhale. Step your left foot back, way back into the lunge. Okay, lengthen, inhale, little Kriya here. Straighten both legs, any amount that feels good. You can even flex the right foot. And then lunge, once again, bend the right leg. Stay as high on the fingertips as you need, and then straighten both legs, exhale. Last time, inhale to lunge. Just move with breath, exhale, straighten both legs. Okay, bend the right leg to plant the hands, get back to high, push up. Chung's gonna show full flow. Vanessa's gonna show a cat-cow variation. So lower the knees and cow on the inhale. Cat, exhale. And come to neutral spine and then meet in downward facing dog. So there's some modifications there. If you want to scrap a vinyasa, a flow, you can always go back into downward facing dog. Just always check in with your breath. All right, lift the left leg high, inhale. Bring your knee to your nose, step forward to the left thumb, crescent lunge. So keep the back leg really strong as you rise up. Open, warrior two, extend out. Okay, reverse warrior, right hand down, stretch the left arm up and back. And then come back up into warrior two, straight-legged triangle, straighten your left leg, adjust your back foot, walk it in. Okay, your upper body, move it forward, hips back, and then left hand down, extend the right arm high. And this is where we stay for a bit. So just make sure that you get really long in through the torso, so back ribs to the front of your room, and the underside, the left rib cage more away from the left hip. And your breath will tell you if you feel a little stressed in the breath, or the eyes are a little bit busy, or the jaw's clenched. Maybe lift the upper body a little higher just to feel more free. And if you'd like, look up to the right thumb. Whatever feels good for the neck, though. We're really strong through the foundation. Mound of the left big toe strong into the mat. One more breath. All right, right hand to your hip. Bend the left leg, Ardha Chandrasana. Go ahead, move the block or water bottle or whatever you have to just elevate a little higher. And then extend and lift the right leg high. Nice. If you'd like, you can stay with your right hand on your hip or even eyes to the floor. But if you'd like a little bit more, you can extend the right arm high. And you can also challenge the balance by moving the eyes to the right and up to the ceiling. And if you want to Chapasana bind, there's the option there to catch a hold of your right foot with your right hand. So maintain that connection really strong. Really fire up your right glute. Press your right heel back if you're not in the bind. One more breath. Okay, if you're all bound up, back out into Ardha Chandrasana. Supported Warrior 3, look to the floor, right hand down, a little bend through the left leg. And really reach your chest forward, still strong right leg. Step back into lunge. Okay, take a breath in, lengthen the spine, straighten both legs any amount that feels good. The right heel doesn't even have to ground. And then lunge, inhale, shoulders back. Straighten both legs, reach the hips back. Last time here, inhale. Straighten both legs, exhale. Okay, lunge, breath in. Step back to high, you can either three-legged flow, modify, cat-cows, choose your own adventure. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Eyes are steady though, both sides of the body are even now, so finding a bit of rest in this down dog. All right, so you can join the feet to touch. So you fire up the legs a bit more, lift your heels high, inhale. Bend your legs, look forward, walk or hop to the top of the mat. Reach your chest forward, forward fold, exhale. Take your feet hip width apart. Padahastasana, take your hands, tuck them right underneath. So you can either tuck your hands underneath your feet or flip the palm of the hand so that they're on the mat and you step actually on the back of your hands. So See Chungster here will show the one variation as she stands on the back of the hands. The elbows maneuver towards the shins. So you actually get a little wrist therapy opening through the forearms. And then Vanessa is going to show really pressing the feet onto the palm of the hands. And the weight still comes forward. Really press down. And the legs are fairly straight unless you got something going on with the low back. Then take your feet a little bit wider. Make this accessible for you. It doesn't have to look the same to get into the same area of the body. And allow the breath to still be smooth. One more breath. Draw the belly in and up to the chest. All right, inhale, release the hands from under the feet. Lengthen the spine. Fold, empty. Take your feet wide. We're going yogi squat. So take your, you can off-road your mat. If you don't have a mat, just go as wide as you need to really ground through the heels. And then connect the hands right into the center of the chest. Connect the outer, the triceps into the inner knees. And if you'd like, you can even put a block underneath your seat. Put a little bit more support there. And if you're really open, still fire up the feet. Press them down so there's just that little bit of lift. Really press the hands down. You can even close the eyes if you're comfortable with that, or even just look to the fingertips. Couple breaths. All right, so you definitely stay here, work your way into crow, plant the hands down onto the mat. So Vanessa's gonna show a little building block into crow, Chung's gonna show crow. So as you work your way into crow, Vanessa's gonna show, just bring your knees high up into your triceps and still bring your feet to touch, big toes touch, so then you can really fire up their inner feet and just work your way, and the inner legs, but work your way forward and just get used to that weight into the hands. Still the index finger knuckle really presses. Good. And then Chung, you really press the toes together, draw the belly up so you fire up. One more breath in, and you can jump back, low push-up, or step back into high and lower the knees, a modified vinyasa if you wish. Cobra on the inhale, or your back bends on the inhale. Downward facing dog, you hinge back on the exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg high, level hips. Bring your knee to your nose, really strong hands, step forward, crescent lunge. So ride the inhale all the way up. Open, warrior two, exhale. A little kriya here, straighten the right leg, reach the arms up high, palms touch, look up, lunge back down, warrior two. And twice more like that. Inhale, straighten the right leg, palms connect, breathe out to lunge. Last time, inhale. You can even look up, open the throat, lunge on the exhale. A reverse warrior, right hand, reach it back. Extended side angle, go forward with the upper body. And so first place your right forearm really strong onto the right thigh bone. And so get low enough that you can create that platform so that you can really press your forearm down onto your thigh and then elevate your chest up a bit. And then fully extend long right out through the left fingertips. So once again, look to wherever's comfortable for your neck. Good. Hug your right sit bone under, so you open up through the hip. The left toes angle a bit forward, just to help with the left thigh to turn in. And of course, if you'd like to bind, go ahead. And as we hold this pose, notice if the right toes do a lot of work. Get into the right heel, ground to access the underside of the right leg. Breath is, of course, smoother as we hold. Yoga is used to calm the fluctuations of the mind, so steady with the eyes, smooth breath. One more here. If you're all bound up, extended side angle, free up the left arm first, and come up into warrior two. Keep the depth, because there's a release. Hands to hips, straighten the right leg, pivot to face the left side of your room. Lengthen the spine, lift your chest up, and then hinge forward. Really lengthen forward, hands down onto the mat. You reach your chest forward a bit, really pull your chest bone away from your hips. Fold. You can either walk your hands between your feet or hands go out like a down dog extension. Really extend the arms out. And inner hands press. And as the feet stay strong, the front of the legs really awake, so still access the back lines of the body in this forward fold. Draw the belly up towards the chest so there's that awakening, the stability you create through the low back. One more breath. Eyes are steady. And walk your hands underneath the shoulders. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Pivot your feet for a low lunge. Tap the left knee down. And both hands go to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot off to the side a bit. Even the toes out a little bit more than the heel. Okay, so we're getting into the hips. You can definitely stay here. Definitely lots of variations with a lunge. You definitely can go down onto the forearms, or we're going to add a little bit of a twist, which feels amazing. So right hand on your right thigh. You can even add a little bit more pressure there just to push your right thigh away from your chest. You can come onto the outer edge of your right foot, kind of pick up your right big toe. Hopefully carve a little bit deeper into the right glute, get into the hip. And if you want to bind, go ahead. Bend your left leg, and then you grab your left foot with your right hand. First, you can bring your heel to your bum, but then you can kick back into your hand and just see which one works for you. If both access different into the left leg. You can rise up higher, have underneath your left hand just to elevate more if you feel a little stuck in the hips. And a couple more breaths. It feels good to linger here a little bit longer. One last breath here. Inhale through the nose, same out through the nose, you exhale. Okay, if you're all bound up, extend, let go of the left foot. Release the hands to the floor. Step your right leg back into a high push-up, into a plank, and lower, chaturanga, just to elbow height. Upward facing, the inner hands are still strong. Downward facing dog, tuck the chin, last little bit at the peak. And lift the left leg high, inhale. Bring your knee to your nose, go ahead, step forward, crescent lunge, rise up. Make sure you breathe all the way into the peak and open, warrior two. Empty as you get into the depth of warrior two. It's full breath. Reverse straighten the left leg. We got the kriya, got to match sides. And then go back down, warrior two. Okay, straighten the left leg, big inhale. You can even look up as the hands join. Warrior two, exhale. Last time, inhale. Warrior two, breathe out. Okay, reverse it now. Right hand down, left arm reaches back. Even lift the left hip a bit. Extended side angle. Go forward, and then perk your left forearm on your left thigh bone. And really connect the outer edge of the right foot down. Sweep your right arm way over your head. And just get this continuous long line out through the right side of the body. Rotate the right shoulder back. Open the chest. And you can stay, or you can either bring your left hand a little closer down onto the floor. Just keep the hips a little bit lower. Keep connected with the feet, really grounded through the feet. If you want to bind, go ahead. Right hand can go behind your back and just connect to the left thigh as a half bind, or you can connect the hands to the outside. And once again, that strap comes in handy also, or a belt or blanket or whatever you have, scarf, to connect the hands if they're not fully connecting or if there's some resistance, just to free up a little bit more. Props are amazing to create some freedom in the body. So check in with breath. Okay, 2 more breaths. Sorry, good girls.
That's fine.
All right, so if you're all bound up, they're strong. Okay, if you're all bound up, extended side angle first. Okay, come up in warrior 2. Keep the legs low, keep the hips low. Yes, and then hands to hips, straighten the left leg, pivot. Got another wide-legged forward bend. So this time, interlock your fingers behind your back, or you can put the strap behind your back to join the hands to create just a bit more freedom through the chest if there's some resistance there, if you're pretty powerful there. Lift your chest up, hinge forward, strong legs, right up and over the thigh bones. And if the hands are interconnected or in a lock, just make sure the heel of the hands connect and there's that slight bend to the elbows so you get out of the joint. Make sure you really focus on working your way into the chest. Feet are strong, the legs are strong, and then just tip a bit forward, really feel earthy underneath the balls of your feet. So you get to the back of the body. All right, one more breath. Gently release the fingers onto the floor, the hands onto the floor, put the strap to the side or whatever you have to use. Lengthen the spine, walk your hands to the top of the mat. Low lunge, tap your right knee down, walk your left foot out to the side. Match sides, so whatever you chose to do at home, you do on this side. So if it's on the hands high, even put blocks underneath the hands. Notice with what this side feels like. There might be a little bit of variation, but you can definitely go to the forearms or add that twist. So left hand on left thigh, press away, open the chest. And once again, as high as you need, even onto the right fingertips, you might feel you can access the hips even more just by allowing the left foot to go even off to the left a bit, or even the right hand off to the right. And if you want to bind, get right into the front of the right leg, go ahead, bend your right leg, grab a hold of your right foot with your left hand, and figure out where you want that sensation in the body. So either heel goes to your bum, you pull it close to your bum, or kick back into your hand. Eyes steady to one spot. Again, if this is a little busy and through the mind and in through the hips, the body, your drishti, your point of focus, where your eyes go, will really help to kind of calm those fluctuations. And one more smooth breath. And if you have the right foot, let it go. Let the hands come down onto the floor. Step back into a high push-up. And chaturanga, exhale, lower. Okay, upward facing. Really press the top of the feet down so you open the ankles. Downward facing, or press the knees. And lead with the hips back to downward facing dog. Okay, eyes steady. A little bit of a rest here, so really press the inner hands down. Hands shoulder width apart, and just even make sure the middle fingers point forward. The outer part of the armpits wrap in front of the chest. So you feel that broad sensation through the upper back. Create that space in your down dog so the breath is a little more free. So eyes are steady. One more full breath here. And inhale, lift your heels up, bend the legs, step, hop, get the hips high, and reach your chest forward, shoulders back. Inhale, fold forward, exhale. Come to stand, big breath in, reach high, fill up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your chest, and then samastitihi, arms alongside your body. Stand tall, just get grounded for a breath in. Full breath in. Okay, and then hands onto the hips. Keep your right foot down, bend the left leg up to about 90 degrees, so the thighs parallel to the ground. Took the time. Okay, right hand, press it on top of your left thigh. Right hand on top of your left thigh. Chum. Oh.
You're right.
She might get fired as a model. No, we can't fire Chum. Okay, press your right hand down on top of your left thigh and your thigh back up into your hand. So you're creating your own resistance. You're waking up the left hip flexor, waking up the center of the body. So really press your right foot down, hug the outer right hip in. Okay, front of the spine, lift it up. One more breath. Okay, reach both arms high up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Fly back into Dekasana, toppling tree. Arms go alongside your body. That happens. We just can't see you at home. So arms alongside your body. Lift your chest up a bit higher. keep into this long line, left hip a little bit lower. If you hinge a bit lower with the upper body, good, lift the left leg a bit higher. So you get the back of the right leg to open. And soften the right leg, warrior one. Step your left foot way back, reach the arms up high, inhale. And then straighten both legs, grab onto opposite elbows behind your back. Okay, and then hop your left foot in a little bit. Pyramid pose, inhale, lift your chest, hinge forward. Halfway you stop, you kind of park your upper body halfway. Reach the right hip back. And fix your feet if you need. So if you feel it pretty intense through the back of the right leg, walk your left foot in a little bit. Shorter stance between the feet. Even feet can go hip width apart a little wider. Okay, you can definitely stay with the arms like this or release the fingertips onto blocks or onto the floor or once again books, whatever you got going on at home. Just a few breaths here. So really lengthen the spine on the inhale. And if you hinge, bow towards the right shin a bit more. Kind of steers the right hip back. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. If you want to flex the right foot, get deeper to the back of the right leg, go for it. Just one more breath here. Inhale. Hinge forward. Hand stays on the floor, right hand on the low back. And keep the torso long. So you can definitely stay here. The last little bit is the twist. You open your chest to the right. And if you'd like, extend the right arm high up towards the ceiling. If that catches your breath, if it stresses the body out, hand stays on the low back. First and foremost, stay with a long torso. Just one more breath here. All right, look to the floor, right hand down. Step back to high push-up. Chaturanga exhale, or once again, cat-cow variations, or modified flow with the cobra. But we meet in down dog, you connect with breath. Hands strong into the mat. And even rotate the top of the thigh bones in. Just a slight turn in of the top of the thigh bones. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your legs, empty out the lungs, walk or hop. Lengthen the spine, pull forward a bit, and then fold. Tuck the chin, even look to the belly. Come to stand on a full breath in. Reach high. Samastiti, exhale. All right, hands to hips. You got the other side. So keep the left foot down, bend the right leg up. Chang present, elbows back. All right, left hand on your right thigh. So create your own resistance. So as you press your left hand down onto your right thigh, the right leg is active. Press it up into your hand. Good, outer left hip hugs in, so still present with the left foot to press. You gain that length up into the torso. Okay, breath still steady, especially in balancing poses. Breath is steady. One more here. Okay, reach the arms up high, inhale, float back, toppling tree, Dekasana. Arms sweep alongside your body, or you can definitely leave the arms forward. Otherwise, really turn the right thigh in. Good. Back body is really strong, so still lift your chest up higher than you think. And if you want to hinge a bit more, just to get the back of the left leg, a little bit more intensity to open the back of the left leg, go for it. But once again, eyes steady, breath is smooth. You got one more. Full inhale, full exhale. Soften the left leg, step your right foot back, warrior one. Reach the arms up, straighten both legs, grab onto opposite elbows, but go the opposite grip behind you. And step your right foot in a touch. Lengthen the spine, lift it up, even look up, hinge forward, torso forward, left hip back a bit. Lengthen the chest forward, get grounded through the feet, so if you need to adjust, walk your right foot in. Once again, the modifications, you can take your feet even a little bit wider apart. And you can stay with the arms like this or fingertips down onto the floor as high as you need, even up on to a few more blocks. Sides are different. You might have to use a little bit more height on this side. Ground through the feet, lengthen the spine, inhale. Fold forward towards the left shin, just a little bit. Lengthen the spine, reach it forward, shoulders back, fold, breathe out. And one more time, lengthen, inhale, hinge, exhale. Okay, twisting triangle, reach the chest forward, halfway lift almost, and then keep your right hand on the floor. And this is a different pose, so if you need to change your feet, change your feet. Take your right foot a little bit closer or off to the side. Left hand on the low back to start, and then once you'd like, check in with your breath, extend the left arm as a variation to really open up. side turns in, pull the left hip back. Every inhale, even pull your chest a bit further away from the hips. Really lengthen, and then that twist happens. Look to the floor, left hand down. Step back into a high push-up plank position. Look forward and chaturanga lower. Cobra or up dog on the inhale. The shoulder is the upper arm bone's back. Down dog, exhale, hinge. Maybe the breath is a little smoother in this down dog, and maybe this down dog is a little different because it's later on in your practice, you're more open. You can definitely take a longer stance in this down dog. You can always change up. Never have to land in the same variation of the pose. You always are present with how the body feels and the depth of where you want to take it. One more breath. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your legs, walk, hop, top of the mat. Reach your chest forward on the full breath in. Fold, draw the belly up. And come to stand, inhale, reach high. Keep your right arm up, left arm down, dancer's pose. So pick up, I think Chung's sweating. We got the heaters turned up. So pick up your left foot, lift the chest up, and then begin to kick back. So you can stay straight up and down, not a change in the upper body has to happen, but like really strong and through the left leg. So press your left foot into your hand. Eyes steady to one spot. If you want to hinge a little bit more, go for it. Last 2 breaths. Inhale, come all the way up. Tree pose. Draw your left knee out to the side. Place your left foot to your inner thigh or calf. Avoid the knee. And you can stay with the hands on the hips. Otherwise, hands pressed to heart center if that feels good. Really connect your foot into the leg into your foot, so there's that lift. If you want a different variation, reach the arms up. Just got a couple breaths, even look up if you'd like, just to challenge the balance. If you did reach the arms up, bring your arms and your eyes back to center, right beside the right foot, let the arms go. Big breath in, reach the arms up high. Other side dancers, keep the left arm up, right arm down, pick up the right foot. All right, knee under hip, lift the chest, and then first begin to kick back. So activate the back of the right leg to get into the front of the left leg, really opening up the front lines of the body. Once again, kick back, and if you'd like to hinge a bit more, you go for it. And if you do hinge, you can even extend the left arm more forward to keep that long line, continuous line out through the left fingertips, through the right fingertips. And once again, the breath is always tends to cut off in balancing, so 2 more here, check in that the breath is still fluid. And then keep the right leg strong, inhale, come all the way up, tree pose, right knee out to the side, and bring your foot to your inner thigh or calf, and then place your hands in front of the chest. Really press your hands together so you have that lift. Any variation with the arms, and if you want to look up to challenge the balance, go for it. And even draw the right knee back so you still get the hip opening. Couple breaths. And bring your arms and your eyes back to center. Right knee forward, place the right foot down, let the arms go. Big breath in, reach the arms up high, fill up. Fold forward, up and over the thigh bones, hinge. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Step back to high push-up, right into plank. So really strong legs on the inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Okay, go upward facing or cobra, it's a back bend though. And downward facing dog, or tap the knees, go back. All right, time for the floor. So inhale forward, high push-up. Take a slow chaturanga at your own pace, but keep the legs really strong. And then once you land onto the floor, we're going to go Shalabhasana B, Cobra B variation. So press the hands down into the mat, lift your chest up. And so just like Cobra, but then you're going to add the legs. Lift your legs back and up. So keep the legs really straight. And then press your pubic bone down into the mat. So there's still that awakening and long lines through the low back. You can either connect the toes together to really fire up the inner lining of the leg. So a little rest, I guess I'll give you a rest. Okay, look to the right, let your arms relax. Take a breather. You can even tuck your chin a little closer towards your right shoulder. Let the shoulders be heavy. And then bring your eyes back to the mat. This time you're going to lock your fingers behind your back. So just like the wide-legged forward bend variation. Or once again, you can put the strap between the hands to really free up the chest if there's a lot of tension or strength there. And then on the inhale, lift your chest, lift your legs. And then you can either stay with your hands pressing into your low back or eventually extend your arms and lift them off of the low back. And keep the heel of the hands to connect so you pull open through the chest. Another breath, inhale. You can either stay like that or floor bow, bend the legs, grab the shins, and flex the feet. And then really strong with the hand grip as well as the legs into the hands. And then kick back into the hands as you elevate, you lift into this back bend. Still sacrum down and back. Your really strong legs, wake up the body. One more inhale, come down, slow exhale, let the legs go and look to the left. And so you can wipe your shins back and forth like windshield wipers, or you can even just bring the big toes to touch and let the heels fall apart, and that'll also let go of your low back. All right, and then bring your eyes back to the mat. Another back bend, so up dog or cobra. So listen to your body. Vanessa's going to show cobra once again like we've done. So really press the top of the feet down, lift your chest. Hands are still strong in cobra, and otherwise up dog. Inner hand strong. Make sure the knuckle of the finger, the index finger presses. Upper arm bones back to open the chest. And then even a little engagement through the glutes, not too much to close off the low back. So take another breath in. Down dog. You can even tap the knees to go back. Downward facing dog. And one full inhale. Full breath out. And then reclining here, we'll come to the top of the mat, onto the knees. So different modification here. If it's too much for the knees, you can put a towel between the hamstrings and the calves to elevate a little bit more. Or you can definitely sit on a block so there's less compression. If you'd like, you can put a... Oh yeah, or you can do, yeah, you can do this. That's why we have these amazing models. Basically lay it on your side and bend your right leg and grab onto your foot, your shin, but still make that connection strong. Kick your shin into your hand and hand into your shin. And then if you are all the way back, you can even reach your arms overhead, so not too much of a back bend. So once again, counterintuitive if you feel it in the knees or the low back. So notice if you need to back off a little bit. And also, the breath is your greatest guide as well. So just tune in to see if the breath is actually still fluidly moving or if it's cut off. And that's what that means. Okay, a couple breaths. All right, so if you're all the way back, hands on the shins, press your elbows down, eliminate the twist in the spine. So really press your elbows and lift up. Yeah, you can do this. Sorry.
I'll just do it really quickly. You keep going.
Balance yourself out. And then in the rest position, we're gonna do a little toe squat. Yes. sorry. Okay, so curl the toes under. Even press the outside of the heels with your hands so that the actual inner heels touch. And you basically sit on your heels and have your hands onto your thighs. You can round the spine a bit. Fingertips tent up onto the kneecaps. The arms are straight. If you want that variation, tuck the chin a bit. And the front of the pelvis actually lifts up. And if you don't quite feel it, inch your knees a little bit more forward and then you'll get there. Sometimes this gets to the brain, so close the eyes if that's all right. And one full breath. So in the mat, downward facing dog. Step back if you need to kind of wiggle the feet out a little bit to get that out of the feet. Go ahead. All right, then bring your knees down onto the mat. Turn around, lie down onto your back. We're going some back bend. So bridges first. Press your feet down. If you do want a supported bridge, then once again, blocks or a couple books or whatever height you'd like to put right underneath your sacrum, so just above your butt crack. So right in the low back, lift up. That's just sometimes the clearest instruction. But just make sure that you feel comfortable there. So it's supported, you still get into the shape, and then otherwise bridge, press the feet, lift the hips, and get your arms underneath your body. You can curl the shoulder blades together, so you create this platform with the shoulder blades to elevate the chest, and just don't feel crammed. Still feel pretty free. but the legs are really awake. So press the inner feet down, turn the thighs in, and just as high as you get, emphasize getting really long and through the body. So arms are strong, pull the knees away from the chest, and even the chest away from the knees. Release the arms, slowly bring one vertebra at a time down. And either take your feet hip width apart or mat width apart, let your knees knock in, so you just fully let go of your low back. You can also go Supta Baddha Konasana. Everyone's shape is different in the body and whatever allows you to release the most. So Vanessa's going to show Supta Baddha Konasana, soles the feet touch, knees out as a rest. If that feels better and you can let go a little bit more, choose that as a rest. Because we're going up a couple more times. So reset the feet hip width apart, knees straight up to the ceiling. Another option, you can definitely stay supported, go back to that. Bridge is another option, second set. Or wheel, reach the arms up, bend at the elbows, plant the hands. And you can first lightly come to the crown of your head, just check in if you really want to go there. Or if you need to actually separate the hands a little more. And then chunks go on there, so press the feet and then fully extend the arms. Okay, just make sure the legs are really strong. You wake up the legs so you free yourself to get into this back bend shape. So same with bridge, strong legs. 2 more breaths, eyes are steady with wherever you're at. Okay, bridge, same descent, so release the arms, slowly bring one vertebra at a time. Wheel, tuck your chin to your chest, back of the shoulders or even just lightly back of the head, and come down. Find the rest that works for really letting go of the pelvis, the low back. So Supta Baddha Konasana or feet wide, knees knock. Time check. Do we have one? Yep. Time for one more. Sneak one more in. Okay, bridge, wheel, get on up. And this could be your supported one. So press down, lift up, wheel if you're ready to go straight up, you go for it. Press down, check in with the breath. Eyes are steady. Good. And if there's any doubt in your mind, go up and then after a couple of breaths, you're all of a sudden 2 more breaths and you're done. Okay, there's one more full breath here. And see, you've done it. So tuck the chin to your chest, back of the shoulders down if you went wheel. If you're bridge, release the arms, come down, find that rest. And if you're in supported, first gently press the feet down and lift the hips to get the blocker books or whatever you had. Maybe a kid was underneath you as support. All right, and then bring your feet mat width apart, point your knees up, tee out the arms, and just do a sloppy twist. Let the knees fall to the left. Okay, breathe in, come back up to center, and just let your knees flop to the right. Inhale, come back up, move with breath, even close the eyes, over to the left, exhale. Inhale, come up, and to the right, breathe out. And come back up to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest now that you can fully let go of the spine. So the greatest release after back bends is twists. So just that sloppy twist allows that to let go. And then keep your right knee in towards your chest, extend your left leg straight out. So like we started, wind relieving pose, you can definitely go half happy baby. At the end of the practice, you might feel a little more open. Also midline pigeon. So if you'd like midline pigeon, take the hands around the right foot and you basically bring your right shin and the right knee out a little bit more. The right shin is in the shape of pigeon. So it's like that 7 shape. And you move your right leg over to the side, the right side of your body a bit more so that the foot lines up with your chest. You should feel that in your hip. And then Vanessa's showing half happy baby. If there's resistance in the pelvis, just the slightest bend to the left leg to free that up. Okay, another breath. Okay, draw your right leg back to center, thread the needle. Bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh. So you can stay like this if you feel that it's already getting into the right glute. Otherwise, right hand through the triangle that your legs created. Clasp your hands either on your hamstring or if you want a little bit more, get to your shin. Just make sure you flex your right foot. So baby toe side of your foot goes towards your knee. Still keep the curves in your back. So press the sacrum down, lift the low back a bit. A little shift to the right sit bone to the left for a breath. And then keep the figure four shape, but lower the left foot down, tee out the arms, supine pigeon twist, let the legs go left. Keep the right knee to point up to the ceiling. And you can even take your left hand, grab onto the right ankle, and walk your right heel closer to the left hip. This is where you can close the eyes and just let the breath, don't even control the breath. Just kind of slowing down the body. Press your left foot down, bring your legs back up to center. And unravel the legs, hug your knees in. And keep your left knee and extend your right leg. So change the grip around the left shin. Also other variations that you did on the other side. So if you did half happy baby or the midline pigeon on the right side, even yourselves out. So you can midline pigeon once again. You draw your left knee up to the side a bit more. Just keep the left foot flexed. So once again, you get out of the knee and you work your way into the hip or the other thigh. Once again, you might feel it a little differently depending on where you hold tension or where you're a little bit tight. And half happy baby, you can always add that slight bend into the right leg if there's like a catch in the pelvis, just to free up, delete some more tension out of the body. One more breath. And bring your left leg back to center, thread the needle, bend your right leg, cross your left ankle, right thigh, and take your left hand through. So Vanessa shows that you can put a block underneath your right foot to get still depth without clasping around your leg. And otherwise you can clasp around your right hamstring or your right shin, and then just draw your right knee in towards your chest. Even just make sure more of the, between the bottom of the ankle and the sole of the foot is connected to the right thigh. So then you just get a little bit more. And then lower the right foot down onto the mat, supine pigeon twist, tee out the arms, let your legs go to the right. Left knee points up to the ceiling, so move it away from your chest and even get a little longer, pull the left hip away from the chest as well. Press your right foot down, bring your legs back up to center. Unravel the legs, hug both legs in. If you want to have, a full happy baby now, you definitely can grab onto the feet, take your legs out wide so you avoid your torso, pull the hamstrings down to the mat. Otherwise, you can definitely do what Chung's doing. The arms are strong and the hands clasp around the bottom of the shins, top of the ankles. And just let your arms be strong, but the legs be heavy. Just let them go. Close the eyes and then draw your legs to touch, bring them together. So we're gonna get ready for final Shavasana. So bring your legs to touch, round into a little ball if that feels good. And then bring the soles of the feet on the mat. Sprawl out, however you'd like to lay. And it doesn't need to be a sprawled out shape. You can also take what we did after back bends, Supta Baddha Konasana, or the feet wide, knees knock, if there's still a holding in through the low back. So you can definitely stay as long as you like. Thank you, YEG Fitness community and Metta Yoga Edmonton community. Namaste.